Hello, welcome to the land of Kekiak. My name is Laurel. I haven't done a Bible video in a while, so I thought I would do one today. Okay, so the first thing that I thought I would show you is my Bible notebook. Looks like this. I'll link everything. I'll try to get as many links for you as I can in the description box in case you don't look at any of these. But I just wanted to start having something that I could compile resources in. Just something that I thought was cute. I didn't mind having out on the shelf. So this is the one I picked. And on like the spine is kind of cute. I just wrote Bible on there. But I thought I would show you this. And then I also thought I would just show you a few resources we've used with the kids and kind of like the different strategies kind of for using, why you might want to pick different resources. Okay, and I have, if you're new to me, I have 3 boys. They're in 8th, 4th, and 1st grades. So Bible is like, I like to do it as a family subject if I can, but I'll talk more about that later. Okay, so, first up, so I have my books of the Bible. I have a goal to, read every single word in the Bible. And so I've been doing the Bible recap. This is like the study guide that goes with it. And then there's video. So there's a daily reading, and then there's like study guide questions. And then there is videos that you can watch. Like I just watch them on YouTube after we do our reading. So yeah, this is my Bible reading process. I didn't do all of the study guide questions because sometimes I felt like it was stressing me out sometimes because I just didn't have enough time to devote to them. And I was like, I was doing a separate Bible curriculum with my younger 2. So I was having my oldest kind of carry on doing these. So he was doing some of them. But I just wanted to get the reading and watch the videos and at least like consume it in some way. Because I was trying to keep up with I was trying to catch up with my younger 2 because they're going through the biggest story. And so it's going through highlighted stories of the Bible in chronological order, but doesn't go through every single, chapter and verse. So anyways, I did a push and got through the Old Testament, and so I could start the New Testament with them. Anyway, so this was just something that I wanted to keep in here to keep my eye on. It was something fun to color in. I wanted to have a reading plan, like my next reading plan kind of lined up, or if I just needed a fallback, like just a reading plan if I didn't have a Bible study or something I was doing next. So I found this redemptive historical Bible reading plan. See, where did I get this? From glanier.wordpress.com. This is Greg. Do you say it Lanier? Lanier? I'm not sure how to say the last name. And I printed this out a while ago. So it's in here just for like if I need a Bible reading plan. I like to have one at the beginning of the year for myself. So I'm just like always trying to be reading it. I will say the Bible recap is taking me like probably double the amount of time. You're supposed to be able to do it in a year, and you totally can. But yeah, don't be discouraged. Don't feel discouraged by your Bible reading plans. If you fall off or get off track, don't even feel like you have to make up days necessarily. Just start up as soon as you can. We've all been there. But don't I had a goal to do this in 365 days and you didn't do it. Like, don't feel bad. Just keep going. Okay, so anyways, I have a reading plan in here. And then this is from Bible journaling techniques. These are some printouts actually from the Easy Peasy High School, one of the high school Bible courses. So it was just some journaling techniques, some notes. Okay, speaking of that class, or those classes from the Easy Peasy High School, I'll link their website. It's an amazing program website that they've put together at no cost to you, just to bless people. But they do have some Bible classes in there that the kids can take. This one is Biblical Hebrew. And these are the printables. So I just have, like, sometimes I'm having something set aside for Everett or something set aside for me. So I had some separate dividers there. These are the worksheets. No one's taken this Biblical Hebrew Biblical Hebrew class quite yet. But there's like video lessons, I believe, and these are just the printables that would go with it. And I thought this one would be a fun one to do for Everett coming up here. Something he could do, get on the computer and work on that while I do kind of a youngerish curriculum, you know, with his little brothers. He's in 8th grade, so he's ready for something kind of different. I'm always have to keep in mind, because we do Bible every day, it's got to be like a doable amount of time and energy. So I don't necessarily want something, I want it to be enjoyable and like habit forming, that we are like somehow in the Word and devoting our first fruits to God first thing in the morning. They can choose to, you know, study for hours and hours if on their own time if they want to, but when it's something I'm making them do, I'm trying to be mindful of how long and how much energy it takes. So this one looked good to me for him. Okay, so those are just all those printables. Like I said, he's been doing the Bible recap and just kind of like reading through the Bible as well and doing those study questions. So this might be like what I have him do. He can, if he gets tired of it, I should ask him, because we're like halfway through the school year. If he wants to take a break, if he wants to do something different for a while, if he wants to do this, because he can always come back to just Bible reading, right? Okay, so then the next section I have here, so there was an Etsy store, and they had like these little pages that were summaries of every book, kind of like a visual summary. And here's something that came with it. It says Jesus in the Old Testament. Right, so it has these citations for you. I really appreciated a while back, Mike Winger has a video where he talks about Jesus in the Old Testament too. Okay, Old Testament in chronological order. So this is the order that the books were written. And then they've got them by genre categorized for you. And then this was something that another printable, different seller I bought. And this is great for the kids to, especially the younger kids, but you know, we're talking about a certain story. I can ask them to find it on their timeline. And I have one that's a little bit more grown-up-ish that I keep on the chalkboard too, but yeah, they have their own copy of this one. I bought a pack of dividers, and I just made one for like every book of the Bible. And I just stuck, here's Genesis. I just stuck them in there, and I'm like, I'll just add to these sections like as we learn things or as I come across things that I think are good to keep on hand. I just made a note in here of the author, the audience, the date, the approximate date it was written, and the genre, just because that wasn't included on this sheet. So I think I just Googled, I did a Google search for authors of the Bible or something like that, and just found a page that gave me all that information basically. I just like copied it in on every single one of those. Some books have, like Genesis has, you know, like 2 pages worth. So it depends on how long it is, but I like to, when I'm using, or if we're covering a certain Bible story or something, or a section, I just like to use this. I feel like this is just like the first thing I pull out with my Bible. I pull out my Bible notebook and my Bible, and I flip to whatever book it is, and I will just give the book a quick, the Bible notebook a quick glance on my little cheat sheets, and can remind myself like, oh yes, right. And then these notes you see over here are from this curriculum here. I was going to show you later anyways, but it's from The Biggest Story. And there's multiple books that go along with it, but these were all of every story would have, say, Mark 4. let's say they have a big truth. Jesus's true followers accept his word and bear fruit. That was like the big truth for that. For that's what they call it for the kids, right? That's like their takeaway. And so I just like wrote down all those takeaways for the entire curriculum. So that's the nice thing about having these nice white dividers is they were really good for just using for extra note taking for anything that I wanted to keep in there. Some have, more than others. Obviously, they focused more on certain books. Then there's the New Testament starts there. So that's really all it is. It's nothing like super fancy or anything. It's something like I said, I think I'll be adding to, but it does just help me get my bearings when I start whatever we're working on. So anyways, I just wanted you to see that's what my Bible notebook is. And I got, cheat sheets and notes, future courses, and, printable things, and, my books, my record keeping, my books of the Bible keeping, and my books of the Bible color and sheets, and like reading plans and stuff like that. So that's what that is. So do you have something like this? If you have something like this, if you keep a Bible notebook or something along a binder or something, leave me in the comments what's in yours, because I'd be interested to know, because I'm interested in building my own up a little bit more. Okay, the other thing I thought I would just show you are just some kind of different Bible study stuff that I've done with the kids. So I'll show you. People sometimes ask me what Bible I use. This is mine. This is the one I have for the boys. They both have, my two oldest have the same Bible. And my youngest has a little Bible, but it's like so tiny. He just wanted it. It's the one he picked out. He wanted like the tiniest one. He just really wanted a tiny Bible, so we just got the tiniest one. So I'm sure he'll be getting something different when he gets older. But yeah, the kids do enjoy this one. We went through the Action Bible. So this is an actual Bible, the Action Bible Study Bible is a real Bible, but the Action Bible is more like a comic book of Bible stories. And they really liked that one. We went through that one, but I actually gave it away, so I can't show it to you, but I do recommend it, and I'll link it for you. Especially if you have highly visual, boys and stuff. This is my Bible. It's just a New King James Version study Bible. And I do really like it. It's got really solid notes, and I love that there are full color illustrations in it. There's just a lot. I had like a study Bible for women or something, but I prefer this one. I like timelines. Like almost every time I'm like, what is that word or whatever? It'll be in the notes for me. See this one? I like that at the beginning of it, they give like little background information. So this kind of like my cheat sheets, but more in depth, right? Talk about the title, author and date, historical setting, purpose and literary form, Christ in the scriptures. Neat, huh? I mean, look at all that. Like they have these little, text boxes inserted, little extra stuff. So this is what I use personally. I also was going to show you something I enjoyed was Kay Arthur, David Arthur, and Pete DeLacy, How to Study Your Bible. So this is called it's the inductive method of study, and I enjoy this. So I thought this was a good, if you're just like, how do I even begin to study the Bible on my own? I thought this was a really solid place to start as an adult, or like maybe a high schooler could do this. And then there's a workbook that you can go through it as well. So following with that is, Kay Arthur and Janet Arndt. So same lady, right, as that last one. They've got a line of these like Bible studies for kids to teach them the inductive method of studying. And we did this one with William and Everett, and then so you had a teacher guide and a kid guide. there is a lot of, I feel like, flipping back and forth. So the only drawback, which I really enjoyed doing this with them and everything, but the only drawback is that it was pretty like time consuming. So I've decided that, and I've got more in this series. I'm going to reserve these for probably summertime when we're having a lighter load and I don't feel stressed about really whether I get stuff done or not. So I think that these make a perfect summertime Bible study with your kids. So with my younger two, like I said, we're doing the biggest story. As we're going through our daily story, we'll cover that, and then we will do a notebooking page. This is the page so Bose has a pretty blank page, and we've been using a lot of the printables. And I'll help them. I'll write in the verse or the big truth for that lesson. But so we've usually just been doing that. With it, and then he's my first grader, and then my third grader was his Bible notebooking page. Looks like this. And so I think this day sometimes I write it in form. We talk about it together. Sometimes I write it in form because it's just faster if I'm in a hurry. But we'll usually go through these questions. I'll ask these questions together and see how best we can fill it out. And honestly, this has been like a good little Bible study for me too. Sometimes we like shrink. So I always shrink down those printables, by the way, to like 75% for my youngest, and then this is like at 25%. If he doesn't want to draw for the day, if he likes the picture and wants me to shrink it down, I'll shrink it down. He can do it. Yeah, sometimes we don't have time to do it, but he always copies the verse copy work for the day. Oh yeah, sometimes I take a photocopy. If he wants me to just take a photocopy of the cards, because you can buy these verse cards, and these match up with the stories and the memory verse. And so sometimes if he really likes one, like we can take a photocopy in. It just depends on what he wants it. I don't want Bible to feel cumbersome or like drudgery. So I give more options for, making it work for him. Okay, so those are their notebooking pages right now. So sometimes there are days, like sometimes you want like more formal curriculum or more formal reading plan. And sometimes like you're just not into it, not in the mood, or you just need to break it up. Like you've just been doing so much of that heavier stuff. And so here's some stuff that's like a little bit different or like lighter. So there's the day Christ was born and the day Christ died. All right, so these are great just to do a read aloud for Bible in the morning for a while for like Christmas and Easter. And this is going to give like an hour by hour, fictionalized, accounting of the day that Jesus rose from the dead. And it's just neat. Like, I don't know, I enjoyed it. So you can read these every year if you want to, right? So it's just, or if you have an older kid, they can just read these to themselves. They need something different for Bible that they think is a little less boring or something. There's also a good set of books called, I just let this be Williams like independent read aloud books for a while, but it's The Secret of the Hidden Scrolls. I'll link those for you. That was a good like Christian story series for younger kids. Also, I do have the Illustrated Bible Dictionary, and which is really neat, and I'm glad I have it because you could literally just open this up to any page and find something really interesting on it and just have like random Bible information for today. It's fun to try to say the names, pronounce the names. Gashon, maybe. Geshem, Gershonite. And it has some really beautiful pictures in it too. So we just love, we call it rabbit trail learning, you know? Like sometimes there's just some little thing, and this happens all the time in our morning time with like read alouds and just all types of stuff. We're just like, what is that? What does that mean? You know, and then we're like, let's look it up. Well, let's look up a picture. Is there a video on this? You know, and we love a little rabbit trail. It's let our little curious minds, you know, put their tentacles out and see what we can like find. And so I think this is, honestly, I think it's totally fine to just study your Bible dictionary. You can like have the Bible dictionary out. You can have like one kid that's, you know, maybe like an older kid that's like, okay, especially if they're helping with like a younger kid, it's hard to blend your Bible time together with like different ages and maturity groups, right? So you might want to give the older kid the job of to be the looker-upper, you know, so, and then you just, as you're reading the Bible stories to them or whatever, you pick out things that you're like, what does that mean? Can you look that up? See if that's in the dictionary for us, you know, give them a job, let them be a helper. Of course, there's just stuff like, devotions. You can pick up any devotion to do with your kids. This is just one that we had, Morning and Evening by Charles Spurgeon. And just something short, right? This one is more geared towards, you know, adults and like maybe teenagers. So you can start having those adultish conversations or, you know, bringing older kids into maturity. So this is what I'm waiting to do. Until, with, you know, maybe Everett is a little bit older, we can do this one. And these are really fun just to do at the breakfast table or the dinner table, especially when Dad's home, so he can be part of the conversation as well. Something else that's just kind of different is like Bible art. Like sometimes you've had enough reading, you've had it. Your eyes need a feast. So just pick up something, some kind of book, where you guys can look at some pictures that will give you some information on them, and what's neat about art is, you know, it's not like a photograph. It's not like 100% literally true, but it's got all the elements, and you can start talking about symbolism, and so you can think kind of deeply with these visual aids. And this is something that I like to just leave out on the coffee table too sometimes. Look at this vision of Ezekiel. So more along the lines of, back to kind of like devotions, but for younger kids. We've done Wonderful. This is all about the Psalms, and we've done Theology. This is great for like really young kids. I liked Theology better than I liked the Psalms one, but yeah, this was great. We also did, I know I've showed it before, Leading Little Ones to God. I went through that whole entire little devotion with Bo this year. I'll link that one for you too. So yeah, we do like these, and I like the drawings in them. Something else that's just a little bit different. What if you did something that's like more historical, right? Like the 100 most important events in Christian history. You could just do like one a day. That's 100 days worth. I'm really good at math. So it's going to go through starting in the year 64, the fire in Rome. I do wish it was in color, but it's not. This says Nero at the burning of Rome. Right, but you could look that up in color if you wanted to. You could be like, find that painting. That's like great for notebooking and stuff, right? And what else did I have? There is, I had printed this out because I was wanted to do it with my small group from church. We never did, but it's Introduction to the Hebrew Bible. So maybe you have an older kid, or maybe just you are interested in taking a deeper look at certain aspects. This classroom, and there was videos to go with it too. Like there is a lot of free education out there, and they just have short little sessions, right? How Jesus and the apostles read their Bibles. The ancient shape of the scriptures. Session 4, seams between text and the Dead Sea Scrolls. Cool, huh? Definitely not for little kids, but okay. So that was just some Bible ideas, some stuff we've used, and how I kind of think about how you can switch things up and keep things fresh so that things don't get stale with your Bible study with your kids. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any comments, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.